What's up, everybody? Welcome in to another episode of the Magnolia Made podcast. We're on season 3, episode 2, moving into the preseason event schedule. Matt's had 3 preseason IDs over the last 2 weeks now. Just wrapped up those preseason IDs yesterday over in Flowwood. So he's got several things he's wanting to talk about in terms of some standouts from those events. Also, today we're going to be going over briefly talking about our Mississippi Preseason All-State that's coming up. Hopefully this weekend, TBD with the weather. I guess we got some decision making to do there, and then we're gonna jump into the Preseason Power 25 release. Tonight we're releasing spots 25 through 11, and gonna leave you guys hanging on that top 10 for another week. But before we do so, let's check in on State Director Matt Miller and see how things are going over in Mississippi. What's up, Matt?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good. Good, trying to stay warm.
You have to excuse me. I'm still trying to get over this cough. The last few days have been hectic for both of us. We've got several events going on, both in Mississippi and Alabama. So I know you're just like I am, just kind of trying to get all the information on the profiles and just get caught up before we get into high school baseball. But it's fun. We've seen several really talented players over the last few weeks, and that's always a great part of what we do. So we get to talk about a few of them tonight, and then we get to give people what they want, man. I know they're waiting for that top 25. And the disclaimer is we're not always right. We're just going by what we feel and what we've seen and people we've talked to, and things change weekly, but it's always fun, man. So I'm excited to get into it. Let me touch on quickly about the state, the All-State event. We are in talks with Mississippi State staff. We will make a decision before anybody starts traveling, which could come as early as tomorrow. But we're just going to wait until we have full go from them on what the next step is, because we really want to get up there and allow these All-State guys to participate in that that nice indoor facility up there. But Mother Nature's just going to have her say in it. So we'll just wait on her, and then we'll make a decision hopefully tomorrow or the next day, but for sure by noon on Friday. So
all right, well, sounds good. Yeah, we'll be making that decision, like you said, hopefully by noon on Friday, and then we'll send out an email, put some stuff out on social media. That way everybody's kind of notified before anything else. So I know you had preseason IDs over in Hernando. You had one on January 11th up in the northern half of the state. And then the previous Sunday, you were at Pearl River for the South Mississippi Preseason ID. And then you finished up yesterday, like we said earlier, in Flowwood at Grit Training. So I'm going to turn things over to you, let you touch base on some standouts from all 3 events.
Yeah, we'll start with the North Mississippi Preseason ID up in Hernando at the Gatorade Fieldhouse. They have a facility there, Elevate, really nice indoor facility. It was a little chilly that day, so we did hitting on the inside just to keep the bats warm. But we were able to get our work in, and we did have a few standouts at that event. And we'll start it off, man. I'm just going to go down the list on the quick hits and kind of talk about a few kids that we liked. And if you're not listed on the quick hits, it really just means it doesn't mean anything. We just kind of caught our attention, and we decided to talk about them the next day. But there's kids that don't get on quick hits that end up signing college scholarships one day. So, but there's just a few guys that stood out that we want to talk about. Evan Kilo. Evan is Ethan Kilo's little brother. He doesn't look little anymore. This is the first time we've got a chance to really see him up close and personal. He's 6'2", 175. And he pretty much, if you had to give an award, he would have got the award that day. He was a I want to say he was a 2 or a 1. He was right around a 2 flat from, I don't have the numbers up here as far as his metrics.
I can tell you real quick. You're talking pop time.
Was right around 2, if not right a tick under, 74 to somewhere in there, and his arm velocity behind the plate. We're talking about a 20-30 though. This is 20 year 20. That's crazy. It's crazy even to say it. It's a 20-30. So he's in is that the 8th grade?
Yeah, it's an 8th grader.
8th grader. doing that damage. He did have the top exit velocity of the day at 96.5, and he was loud. It wasn't so much lofty, but it was more line drive. But it was a pretty good showing. And then he had the top fastball today at 84. So he's a guy we're definitely looking forward to following his path over the next several years and seeing where he ends up. But Titus Hassel. Titus was maybe one of my most intriguing, or the most intriguing of the day to me. I see a lot of upside for him. He exit velocity up to 90, but it's just something about his hands, man. I was really excited about his hands on some, every once in a while the hack attack will drop one lower and or go one high, and he was able to kind of find the barrel on a couple of pitches that were low. And you could just see kind of how his hands were working. So I got really excited about that. He's going to get stronger. He's 6'1", 185. So we're excited about Titus. He's at Center Hill High School, 2028. Andrew Shell. Andrew, we talked about Andrew a few weeks ago. He was at a Memphis showcase, and I'd never seen him. I just saw his body on the video, and I was really excited about seeing him. He's 6'2", 190 pounds. He's a 2029. He didn't come in and just, blow a fastball, where it didn't surprise anybody with any velocity. But there's something about Andrew's body that you can tell that he's going to be a guy that has a chance. It just looks right. It just looks right, but it looks like a baby giraffe doing it. A guy who the movement patterns are correct, but they're just unstable right now.
Yeah.
And I think you saw a little video of him. Maybe you or Pitt probably kind of see some of the same things. His fastball's not. It's up to 80, I think, but he's a 2029, and you can tell there's a significantly more coming. So excited about following him, as well as Judson Oakley. Judson's a 2026. He's a senior, but I feel like he's got a chance, man, to step into somewhere and contribute. I like the way he moves. I like the way he, he's got a pretty good skill set. He's smaller, compact frame, quick bat, 90-mile-an-hour exit velocity. He just does the things that you think that would get you to the next level, and hopefully he gets that chance. I think there's some colleges out there that are looking for he's not super fast, but he moves well. But if you're looking for an outfielder, I think he's somebody you want to get out and look at. DeSoto Central. Patrick Southerland. I think it's Southerland. He may say Sutherland. I'm not sure. Left-handed pitcher. I really like the way he moved too. I like him right now as an infielder, or as a left-handed pitcher and a outfielder. Up to 96.4 for his exit velocity. Quick bat. Didn't use as much leverage as some of the other guys. More of a hands to the ball type guy. But he had some jump on it. Definitely a two-way prospect that people want to keep looking at. Warren Central, 2029. And then two more. No, I got a few more. Jevin Hughes. Itawamba Ag. They lost a lot of guys, but maybe he can help them out this year. 2028 catcher, third baseman. Showed some strength in the swing. Not a lot of loft. Occasionally had a little bit of loft, but more of a line drive, maybe gap to gap type guy. So he's 5'11", strong, 190 pounds. So we'll see if he can help, produce some offense from what they lost last year. They lost quite a bit. Hogan Overby from Oxford, 2027, middle infielder. Hogan just, sometimes the numbers aren't what catches your eye. It's just the way they move. Hogan moves pretty well. Had some colleges kind of asking me about him while we were there. So hopefully he'll get a shot, and he's still uncommitted in 2027. So he's got another 2 years. Let's see. Definitely next level upside, and hopefully, he'll draw some attention to get out and watch him play this spring. Gavin Lockhart, 2026, another senior at DeSoto Central. Was the other one? I think was Judson Oakley's at DeSoto Central too. So that's two uncommitted seniors there that both have the ability to maybe step in somewhere and help. Hopefully get that shot. But Gavin's 6'1", 170. He was a line drive approach, worked the middle of the field, showed some upside on the mound as well. So I think he had like an 86-mile-an-hour outfield velocity. And then I don't know if he threw that day. I don't think he threw from on the mound that day, but man, I think maybe he said something about how I don't know. I don't know. He looked like a guy who I liked his arm from the outfield, so he's somebody I would probably give a shot on the mound to see what it looks like. But
your events running together on you?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I'm thinking of. I'm already thinking of kids from the South event in my head right now. It's funny you said that. I think. Yeah, never mind. Brody McCullough, outfielder, first baseman from Oxford, 2027. You know, Oxford's got a young group, man. They're going to be good in a couple of years. They got a really talented core of 27s and 28s, and maybe some 29s, man. They got something on the way. But Brody was another intriguing player. 6'1", 185. Exit velocity up to 91. Solid infield skill set. Well-rounded prospect. Continued room to grow. Another player that colleges want to probably get out and look at. And if we've mentioned these guys, I think they're guys that recruiters will want to step out and see or put them on the radar, so maybe they can see at some point during the season. But yeah, man, there were some other good players there, but there's just a few from the northern event. Now we're going to move down to Pearl River. We were at Pearl River on Sunday. Yeah, they are running together now. So
yep.
Yeah, so Sunday. Hey, Sunday was a really quick turnaround and a long day. And I even explained, and I'll say it again if you're listening. You know, we're going to get some tweets out on some players that we like from both of those events. But we've been trying to get, you know, the metrics updated and profiles updated. And so we're going to turn our attention to getting all that stuff out here soon. South Mississippi, we were down at Pearl River. Coach Avalon, man, he's just a great dude. I love you know, going down to Poplarville, and he just makes us feel welcome and at home, man. So shout out to him, and facilities look great. It was a little chilly that day too. We could have probably stayed outside, but like I said earlier, we're fans of the warm bats, and I know the kids are. And we had some pop that day.
Yeah,
I think that, huh?
Oh, I was just agreeing with you. I saw the numbers on the sheet.
Jesus loves us. I love it, man. Thank you.
What's up?
Somebody said Jesus loves you guys.
Oh.
Love you too, brother. All right, let's go with South Mississippi. A few players that stood out. Like I was saying, it was chilly that day, but we probably could have went outside for the whole thing. But this time of year, you want to keep them warm. Pitchers ended up throwing outside, but it warmed up. Pretty sunny the rest of the day. So I think the biggest standout to me on the mound for sure was Slade Bullock.
Yeah.
Slade, I knew him as a younger kid. Hadn't seen him in a long time. He's now 6'7", 285 pounds. Big boy. Up to 86 and got more coming. I'll tell you this. I think I sent you a text today and said that if I was a mid-major, he's somebody I would want to really bring in. And I'm not saying he can't go, you know, to a power four or anything like that, but he's just a little raw and has some work ahead of him. But I'll tell you this, his changeup was something in the making.
Yeah, I think I cropped that one that you sent me and put it on that video today.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't the one I think we have on the video was good, but he threw all of them like that. They had tons of action, pretty good arm action, or you know, as far as mimicking his fastball.
Mm-hmm.
Then he showed a breaking ball, so there's a third pitch there. But with his frame, I mean, there's definitely some next level upside, and I'm sure he's going to get that opportunity. Miles Dellinger, it's the first time I ever seen Miles. He was a PO. Showed up at 1 o'clock whenever time we were getting close to being done with the infielders and our position players, and stepped on the mound. 2028, I'd never heard of him, and he made himself known pretty quick. He was up to 84, but the body worked. He was real smooth delivery, synced up really well, had some jump on it, has a secondary arsenal that's still developing, but it was definitely some shape there. So we look forward to seeing him. He's down at Ocean Springs, and They've got a good young team. We'll see how much he gets in there and it helps them out. Eli Herring. Several years ago, we had Philip Herring. I don't know if you remember that name, but he was a big first baseman from Greene County. Eli stepped in there and showed that there's some genetics and there's just power in that family, man, because he was up to 102, maybe 101, 102.
101.
Yeah, 101 exit velocity, 96 mile an hour average. Kind of a pull side guy. He could work the middle of the field a little bit. I didn't see much as far as going the other way, but he's definitely got some juice. But I'm not going to say he's a home run type hitter. He's going to knock some walls down, especially in the gaps. But like the way he swung the bat, and he's definitely a guy that guys want to get out. He's a 2027, so he's available. So he's definitely a guy that the colleges want to get out and see. And they may already know him. That swing had some thunder in it. Jesse McDevitt. Jesse had a pretty good showing all around. I thought he did everything pretty well. I think I liked him on the mound a little bit more. He was really good at his changeup. He killed the spin on the changeup, worked up to 80, but there's more in there. He's just a 2029. Jasper Moran. Jasper's a little raw too. He's a catcher. Yeah, he was a solid 2.0 pop time, but he had a pretty good arm back there. I want to say it was 77, 78, somewhere in there. But got in the box and was up to 102 from the right side. So there's some power in that bat. But may need to clean things up a little bit. But there's definitely some tools to work with there. He's down at St. Patrick's, another 2027. Nolan Scott. I like Nolan's swing a lot. It was real, conventional, synced up, balanced swing. Used the whole field. Had a 193 pop time. Didn't have the arm that maybe Moran had. But he had really quick footwork. Definitely another guy. There's several catchers there. I think we had 8 catchers there out of like 30 players, and several of them had some skills. Nolan's a 2027 at Stone. And then Cohen Mosley. Cohen's another catcher that I liked. 92 mile an hour exit velocity. Swung the bat pretty well defensively. Advanced ability behind the plate. For his age, he's 2028. Strong, accurate throwing arm, 1.94 pop time. Another catcher that colleges want to get out and look at. So some pretty good backstops at this event. All right, and then we rode on up to Jackson that night and talked a little bit about some of the guys we saw at Grit. We were at Grit in Flowwood, really cool facility there, indoor facility.
The quick hits aren't technically out on this, by the way. They come out tomorrow. So
do I want to talk about that? Let's talk about them anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me go to that one. We might not be on here next week. Well, I mean, we can talk about them now. We can talk about a few standouts from this event.
Well, I guess if you're listening, you get the early quick hits for tomorrow.
Actually, it's not even on the website yet. So I'm gonna see if I can find it on my phone that I sent you real quick. I just sent it to you here a little while ago, so it should be really easy to pull up.
You may be thinking about the South one. You sent me the South one for today.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, you're right. Well, I tell you what, we can talk about the quick hits from this event next week when we drop the top 10.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
We can talk about. But there were some really good players at that event, some young talent. Some of the colleges there were really excited about where some of those young bodies were moving, and there was a lot of 20. There was a few 2030s, 2029s that really stood out. Some big arms. I'll tell you this: there was one kid there. I got to talk about him a little bit. Hopefully he's listening, or somebody that knows him's listening. Xavier Thompson from West Lauderdale. That's a legit prospect right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hitter, ran 6.86, I think. It was cool weather, ran 6.8. Got in the box, man. Left-handed, it looked really good. It's the way it should look. So we're excited about kind of seeing where he's going. I think he's a 2027, so from West Lauderdale. So
yeah, he was 101.1 off the bat, 95 average.
He actually broke his bat in the round. His bat handle just broke in two. I don't know if that was, man, the bat was old, but he had some quick hands. It might have just created the problem. Grabbed another bat, 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity. But yeah, he's somebody we're gonna talk about in the future. I'm sure. He's uncommitted, but I know he has some offers, and he's a legit prospect. So
yeah, I didn't even think about the quick hits not being out yet before we,
yeah, no problem. We got to talk
that.
about it this week before we drop it. So, but yeah, man, there's some we've I will say this: shout out to Mississippi, and thank you guys that are all listening and people that aren't even listening. But we had over 200 registrations for our preseason events this year. Something we've never done. So I'm really excited about kind of the growth in Mississippi and the level of talent that's being displayed at these events. So it's really fun for me, and I'm sure it is for you too. You're getting to see several states. So
for sure. Yeah. Well, let's well before we get into Power 25 stuff, we did add two. They're on the website. 2 Rising Stars IDs that are coming up. They're not anytime soon. They're down the road a little bit. We're back in.
Add a third.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, you said you were gonna add one in the South.
Just trying to get information on the event venue.
Yeah, but we're back in Hernando on April 5th for the North Mississippi Rising Stars IDs at the Gatorade Fieldhouse. They're at Elevate. That'll be for 20, 30s, and 31 grads. And then we've got the Central Mississippi Rising Stars ID listed for April. I may have said February earlier. I meant April 5th. But Central Mississippi is April 19th at Clinton High School. So we've got both of those up for any 30s and 31s looking to maybe get to their first event or add on to their profile. So we will have a South one added as well. I guess TBD location is what you said, Matt.
Yeah. I've got a couple of places in mind. Just kind of waiting for their schedules to give me the okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to rush off and leave those behind. I forgot we added those last week.
And we're doing it both on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes players run into practices and they're not able to get out there and see us on a Saturday. So Sundays seem to be. I love going to church, and we start the events usually a little later on Sundays. But it just seems to avoid conflicts with team practices and stuff.
For sure. Well, all right, let's dive into the preseason Power 25. Like we mentioned, it's been put out on social. We're only releasing spots 25 through 11 on the stream tonight, and we will release 1 or 10 down to 1 next week. What's up?
Can I talk about the team that we're about to announce first before we announce them?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Are you ready to do this?
Yeah, you tell me whenever you want the graphics up there, and we'll get rolling.
I just want to, last year this team started out a lot higher than we have them this year, closer to the top 10. Maybe I can't remember exactly where they were. And actually, I can tell you where they were. Never mind. I thought I could.
I know you can find it, but go ahead.
I can't remember exactly where they were, but they ran into some issues last year. They had the talent on that roster. And they were a scary team, and I feel like that's the same thing this year. They got a scary roster. They could do some damage.
Preseason ranked them last year at number 5.
Yeah, and things just didn't go their way. I know the coaching staff up there is pretty good, but go ahead. Northwest ranking. We got Northwest ranking at number 25, and the reason is Jackson Meehan, Nelson Barthel, Noah Williams, Brooks Crawley, Russ Ingram. It's just too good of a roster to not think that they can't come through and win some games. Jackson Meehan, Nelson Barthel, 2 future gamers. Noah Williams has been to several of our events, and he's got some stuff. Brooks Crawley was a junior future, big power hitting first baseman. Russ Ingram, I saw him hit a ball off my son last year. He smoked it. But yeah, I just feel like that if they jump out to and play well early, that they could surprise some people. So Northwest ranking at number 25. Tri-County Academy, 2-time state champions back to back. Lineup is just and when we talk about these teams, we're going to talk to you more about the kids we've seen the most, that have been to our events. We know there's other players that are talented on the roster, and there's nothing against them. But we know some of these kids a little bit more than others. But Cruz Albritton, future gamer, Sawyer Pettit, a future gamer, Grayson Reimer, a junior future, and then they've won 2 straight championships. And we feel like they deserved some recognition for that, not only because they've done it, but also because they've got a pretty good roster and may do it again. So, Tri-County Academy at number 24.
All right.
Grenada Chargers. Grenada did pretty well last year, huh? They went into the 3rd round.
Yep.
The roster stays pretty intact. They lost a couple of players, but they've still got Ty Edwards, Hayden Lee, Braden Trusty, Eli Palmer, Drew Klink, Daniel Hopper, Eli Housel, a former future gamer, and then Carson Renfro. So we feel like that Grenada's got a chance, in 6A, and it's going to probably come down to them and a team we'll mention here in a few minutes, and if not, and as far as the North. Well, actually, never mind. I take that back. There's some Power 6A teams on this lineup.
Yeah.
So, but Grenada, number 23.
All right, let's go 22.
22 is Oxford. I'm going to tell you this. They're going to be mad at me, but I didn't want to put them in. And the reason I say that is because I think they're going to be really, really good in a couple of years, but they're kind of young. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. But when you put James Black, James Blackwood's is a senior. So he's not part of that group that I'm talking about. He is going to be playing college baseball, but when you talk about their young roster, you talk about Rob Upchurch. Hayes Huggins was I think he led their staff last year in pitch as far as innings, and they're number 1, but he's back. Bowen Vaughn, Price Pinkins, Ford Wade, Big Ford Wade, Price Grantham. I just feel like their roster is going to be pretty solid for the next few years. So we're going to throw them in there. They went 18-14 last year and finished in the 2nd round, but there's some young talent on that roster, and you never know, man. If they start figuring things out a little earlier, they may make some noise in 7A this year. So Oxford at 22.
Yeah, and you never know with that region or that district.
Yes, 7A. I'm telling you, last year, nothing against Magnolia or Madison Central, but I would have not bet on them to win the whole thing. I would have named 6 to 8 other teams before them, but props to them. And I think I did name 6 to 8 more teams.
You probably did. Yeah.
Morville Troopers. Morville is going to be led by them McDaniels brothers and Cooper Goff and Ethan Cates and Dawson McMillan, and they're kind of young too, man. Eli's a 2029, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eli's got some thunder. He's a man right now. And then, of course, his brother Wyatt is a man also. So their dad Rusty helps us out a little bit with some junior futures and some, he's just a friend of the organization. But they've got a chance to be pretty good. Cooper Goff, a Northeast Mississippi Community College commit. I don't think Wyatt hadn't committed yet. He's got some offers.
No, he's committed Pearl River.
Oh yes, that's right. He committed Pearl River. But yeah, man, Morville's doing some damage in 4A. So they we'll see how things go for them, in 2026. Morville number 21.
21. Yeah, they were 21.
All right, Saltillo, reigning state champs, lost a little bit, but they've got Wilson Rodriguez, Jordan Evers, Jack Adams, and Cooper Burleson coming back. They've been a power in 6A for several years, and they're going to continue to be there. So Saltillo, number 20.
All right. Sorry, one sec. There we go.
Oak Grove, number 19. This was a hard one for me. Oak Grove lost, a lot of pitching, lost over 150 innings. But they do have one of the toughest outs in the state leading off. E.J. Booth, committed to Vanderbilt. One of the most underrated players in the state, K.J. Roberts, committed to Memphis. And then you got Big Mac McDaniels, who is just a straight-up dog out there. But the suspect thing about Oak Grove is how the pitching staff's going to step up. They do have some kids that I feel like have a chance to help them out. Braden Murphy's committed to Colin. They've got Christopher Poole, a young. He'll be a sophomore that threw a few innings last year. That's kind of on his way. Who else am I thinking of? They've got Kobe Kaye committed to Meridian, a left-handed pitcher. I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple guys, but look, man, they've got a chance. If their pitching can kind of keep them in games, you never know, that early part of that lineup could sneak out some wins. But we'll kind of have to wait and see how they do and how that pitching, takes or if it can take over for them in 2026. Oak Grove, number 19. Ocean Springs, number 18. Ocean Springs lost a little bit too. They lost Caden Hensling and who else am I thinking of? Jack Jordan. But they've got Tristan Fox, Adam Clower, Colton French on the mound coming back. The kid we just talked about, Miles Dellinger, who I don't know how much he'll throw for him, but he's an 83, 84 mile-an-hour fastball, and that plays at that level. And he'll probably get some opportunities. AJ Rossi, was he not our player of the year or player of the MVP of the Magnolia State games?
I don't remember, but I know wasn't Fisher Howell.
Huh?
Wasn't Fisher Howell MVP?
Yeah, he might have got it. But
yeah,
look,
I think Fisher hit 2 home runs.
Yeah, AJ had a pretty good week there too. But
he may have been on there. I don't remember.
I think he had a couple of home runs that are at the Magnolia State game. So I mean, look, AJ Rossi, and then Justin San Miguel. I can't leave him out because he's. I wanted to talk about him last. He's a future gamer. People know I'm high on him. I think he's a solid all-around player. Didn't have the year he wanted to have last year. I think he hit around 300, but I'm sure he wanted to hit better. He's a Troy commit. But that team could be tough. They surprised people last year, and I feel like they've got a chance to do the same thing this year. So Ocean Springs, number 18.
All right, give me 1 second. I had to download 2 different things here. All right, there you go. 17's there.
Pearl River Central, year in, year out since I've been doing this, they've always been pretty good, man. They've got a kid named JJ Morale over there that I saw a couple of years ago. I think he's been starting as a freshman maybe, but I think he's a sophomore, junior now. He's a dirtbag. I love dirtbag type players, and he gets it done, man. He's a really special player. So I love watching him. Roman Mitchell, another arm over there that's going to help him out, headed to Southwest Community College. Blake Gill, a Pearl River commit. So they've got a solid roster, but winning just seems to be part of what they do. So Pearl River Central at number 17. Madison Central, and I don't know how people are going to feel about this. They snuck up and won the state championship last year in 7A. They lost Gavin Perot and a few other guys, and I was a big Gavin Perot fan. They've got some guys coming back. Tucker Rice, who's a future gamer, committed to Alabama. Braylon Edwards, who I love, switch hitter, one of the best switch hitters in the state. Hayden Wilson had the most innings for him in 2025. And we're just going to have to see if those 3 guys, along with a few other ones, can kind of move them down or up in these rankings. And I don't like 7A is a complete. It just scares me trying to do this stuff because you just never know where they're going to go. But Jake Mills, hey, one of the best coaches in the state of Mississippi. He's going to have them ready to play. He's left pedal and is now there. I'm sure he'll have them ready. So Madison Central at number 17 or 16.
Okay.
Lafayette, former going for a repeat in the state championship. Return all 5, the top 5 run producers from their team last year. And I think, I don't want to be wrong, I may be wrong in this, but all but 1 inning comes back. I think there was a kid that threw an inning and a third or an inning. Everybody else comes back. So how can you really go against them repeating? Now, that doesn't mean we're going to – they got a chance to move up in this too. So But right now, I feel like at 16, at 15,
Yep.
is a good spot for them to kind of start making their move in 2026. So,
Got a comment here, Matt.
who we got?
Go Blue Devils. PRC proud.
Those guys can play, man.
Appreciate it, Brent.
Every year they're good. Every time I go watch them, they're good. So, coach is doing something right over there. All right, who we got at 14?
Oh, my bad. I got you here. George County.
George County's another one. They're like PRCC, man. It's like every year they're up there. You know, they've their coach is Coach Davis does a great job. He's a winner. They're returning their top 2 run producers, and then they've got Ben Davis, who's one of the better players in the state. He's another little gritty player that I love. They got Havard and Reeves. So I mean, they got a chance to make some noise too. They're 24-12 last year and runner up in the state. So I feel like they're going to be ready to play and make their move in 2026 also.
Yeah, runner up last year, and then they won state the year before, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Correctly. George County at 14.
All right. What do we got? 3 more spots left here?
I think so. Jackson Academy. Jackson Academy, you know, they've got a pretty tough lineup. It's a tough lineup to face. They've got their Deuce Jenkins and Justin Word, two former future gamers, you know, at the top end of that lineup. Deuce, a Mississippi State commit, Justin, a Southern Miss commit. We've also got Parker Orr, we know really well. Whit Davis, an arm on the mound that can swing it a little bit too. He's a former future gamer. Whit's one of those guys. He didn't have. We'll say it. He didn't have his best game at the future games, but I've told people that he may be one of the guys on the staff that understands pitching more than anybody. And I feel like, you know, I've heard he's put some work into his body, and you know, if guys that continue to develop that already have a sense of what's going on up here things tend to work out for him. And I feel like Whit's you know, going through some things that he needs to go through to make him even better one day. So I'm excited about seeing where he ends up. He's just a 2027, so he's got 2 more years. Jed Rodden, I saw Jed down in he's a scrappy player too. I saw him in the Battle of the Beach last year, and he caught my eye. But those guys, they're going to be tough. Jackson Academy, number 13.
All right, 1 sec. Oh, man, I just gave away number 11 on accident. Golly.
That's okay. Maybe nobody saw it.
My computer froze up for a second, and I skipped it twice.
That's all right. Man. Madison Regional Academy at number 12. These guys could go either way. I don't want to put a curse on them or something. I'd like to see them go forward, but they've got a tough, scrappy lineup. To me, led by Alex Lambert. He's a tough out, man. He's headed over to Jones. You know, they're a scrappy bunch. They've got some depth throughout the lineup. We saw last year Aiden Peets, I think, went 8-1 or something. He had a really good year. I saw him throw twice. He threw pretty good both games. Beat Oak Grove, a good Oak Grove lineup. Rhett Taylor, we saw at one of our events. I think I saw him at an ID event in the fall, and I really liked his arm from the left side. So I don't know how much usage they get out of him. I don't know if he's a young guy, so I'm not sure how much he threw last year. I may be an idiot, but I have to go back and look at the stats. But he's got an opportunity to help out, I'm sure. Cade Buchanan, who I like a lot, and then Will Bizod, who was a future gamer a few years ago too, or a couple years ago. So they got a chance to be really good, man. And the 6A MAIS is going to be exciting to watch. PCS is gone, but there's still some really good, talented teams in the MAIS 6A and throughout the MAIS. So Madison Ridgeland Academy, number 12.
Well, since I already gave it away, here's number 11.
And then Warren Central. Warren Central, 20-11 last year, lost in the 3rd round. They got some talent also, man. I was a big fan of Caden Cole. Still am a big fan of Caden Cole. He can do several things on the field. He's a solid position player, dual prospect. I like him on the mound too. They got pitching depth. They're led by Nathaniel Moore. A right-handed big arm. So I feel like they're going to perform well once again in 6A, and I just feel like that they may be the one of the teams to beat at that in that class. So Warren Central at number 11.
All right, you may throw up number 10. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's save it.
Save it for next week.
I'll give you
Huh?
I'll give them a hint.
No, don't give any hints. We gotta build some anticipation for next week.
That top 10's pretty stout.
Yeah. So you're just teasing everybody, man.
I'm just a big fan of Mississippi baseball. I look at this list and I just number 1 could play with number 25 and it'd be a good game. It's just good baseball right now for me in Mississippi, and it's fun to know that when you go out and watch these teams play against each other, you're going to see a lot of talent on the field. So
yeah,
excited about 2026 season, just like I have been every other season, and hopefully Mother Nature will make it a really nice spring for them to play in.
Maybe Mother Nature will give us a chance to get some things done for the event this weekend.
Yeah, it don't look good, but
I'm seeing like it's either going to be ice here in North Alabama, or I'm going to get like 4 to 6, maybe 8 inches of snow. I don't really know. I don't know what's going to happen.
It's going to be cold and nasty where I live. It's not going to be frozen. It's probably not going to be icy. It's probably just going to be rain and 38 degrees.
Yeah.
It's no fun at all.
No,
at least up there you can go hang out in it. Who's this?
Brent asked, will y'all do a class ranking top 10, like our class polls that we normally do?
We won't do it on here, will we? But we'll have it.
Well, we can. I mean, we've done it on here in the past. We won't do one for the preseason. We just do the Power 25 typically for the preseason. But once the season starts rolling, we'll have week 1 through roughly week 9 or 10. We'll do class polls for each classification.
Brent Gerald, who asked that, I'll tell you this, though. It's Pearl River Central will probably be in the top 3 in 6A.
At least, yeah. If they're on the Power 25, yeah, they'll be up there. Yeah,
they're pretty good, man. Look, all these classes, it's going to be fun.
The class polls are fun too. I mean, I know the Power 25 is easy to get caught up in, 5, 6, 7A, and then you got your MAIS 5A, 6A schools. But the polls are fun because you get those 1, 2, and 3As involved a little bit, and give them some love as well.
I'm not afraid to put a smaller school in the top 25 but I do try to be a little bit more understanding of a lot of times for me with my pitching background, it comes down to pitching. And last year 2A, the last couple of years 2A, when you've got Landon Harmon on the mound and whatever level you want to put him at, it's going to be tough. So and we had some discussions today about a few smaller class teams, but I'll tell you this, what I am looking forward to is a small town showdown up at TPCS this year. That's going to be, we've got 12 3A and down, I think, class.
3A through 1A. Yeah.
Team, do what?
Yeah, 3A through 1A.
Yeah, and that's good. And so looking forward to that and covering that and getting to know some of the players at in the lower classes a little bit more than we have in the past. So a lot to look forward to, man.
Man, we appreciate Brent's comments. I mean, I feel like people are scared to comment. They think we're going to chop their head off or something. We're looking for the interaction too. So it's all good.
Yeah. I like the questions. It keeps me on my.
We threw it up there on the stage for you where everybody could see it. So, well, we don't have anything else really to go. Well, hold on. We got another comment here. There's a kid down in Biloxi who's only 13 already throwing 80. Have either of you heard of Lou?
Not yet, but I'll tell you this. If he's 13 on April 5th and on April 17th, I can't, I'm not for sure. You might know. Where's the event on April 17th?
Clinton.
Okay, Clinton High School on April 17th, Sunday. Get that kid throwing 80 miles an hour over to our Rising Stars event, and maybe he might find himself in Atlanta this summer at our Junior Futures games. Because we love seeing those young kids that are already developed and bringing the ball at 80 miles an hour. So, but he sounds like a name that we're probably going to know at some point soon.
Just a few housekeeping things before we get off here. Team previews are coming out every day. I know we're releasing 2 of those every day. Man, come on. Releasing 2 of those every day. We may have to bump that up to 3. Got about 80 total. So we're trying to get those all out before the first pitch comes out in early February, followed by leaderboards and stuff coming out from the last couple preseason IDs. Those will keep rolling out throughout the week, maybe into next week. But yeah, that's about it. I think I did text you last week, and we did surpass 100 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys for liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel so we can get that over 100. So I guess we'll set our next goal for 125. Is there any specific order?
What does that make Matt read it?
He's wanting you to read something you don't need to read on stream. So, specific order that team previews come out. No, there's not. I just kind of go in, pick 2 every day, set them up for Matt. He writes the team preview, and we roll from there. So, no specific order on those. So. You got anything else you want to add, Matt, housekeeping-wise?
Just for the people and parents that are coming to or have registered for the All-State this weekend, just kind of pay attention to your email and our social media platforms. We'll make an announcement over the next day or so just to keep you guys in the loop. We won't do anything too far, too late to where you can, make travel. We don't want you getting out on the roads at all. So it'll be way before any weather starts to pick up. We'll make a decision. It could be as early as tomorrow, but just kind of pay attention to your emails and social media, and we'll keep you guys in the loop. And we do look forward to it. We can't wait to see these guys at Mississippi State. But we're gonna announce something the next 48 hours for sure.
All right. Well, we'll be on the lookout for that on social media and in your email. We will be, like you said, wrapping that event up and making a decision here the next day or so. So, well, that concludes everything tonight. We will be back on probably next week sometime to release the top 10 of the Power 25 rankings. So be on the lookout on that on social media, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.